What's up, guys? Welcome back to Road to the 2 Comic Club. Justin here, and 2-day recap for October 11th and 12th. So let's just get into it. We did not do any trades on these 2 days, so that made my job easier on the editing. But we did. It was crazy. We lost a lot of money, and then we made it right back. So again, kind of going back to that theme I've been talking about the last few videos of me wanting to sell, but then I kind of get like these little mini pullbacks, and I'm like, oh, maybe we're in for a rally, like we're due for a rally. And I kind of get these false hopes, and it kind of made me hold on a little bit too long. I think had I been more experienced, I might have been a little bit better during these times. But again, with all the information coming from both sides, like, oh, you should buy right now, oh, you should sell right now, it's kind of hard to make your decision. So it's not that easy. Maybe it is for some people, but for me, I'm still learning. So you'll see what happens in this video. So let's just see how the stocks did. The Dow and the NASDAQ were really red, then the NASDAQ went green for a little bit, then it went red, then it went green, then it went red, and it was just kind of all over the place. So this was a day that we didn't do very well at all, so let's just jump right into our winners. We had a very small list here, and we only had 2 calls that went up over $100. Actually, one of them was a stock. It was our Hemp Americana stock, and yeah, so that was not great. Let's just go straight to our losers here. These were the bottom 12. There were more, but these are the bottom 12. So Amazon had a big hit, and so did Apple, Nvidia, and our Tilray call dropped a lot, over 55% in one day. So again, Tilray is a very, very volatile stock just because there's not a lot of shares. And so if you're trading that, be very careful because you can either make a lot of money or lose a lot of money really quickly, especially if you're trading options. So I'm currently not investing in Tilray anymore. I just figured I had my fun with them, and so I will kind of wait to see what happens. But anyways, so let's just go into the next day to see how we did. The Dow and NASDAQ started off really, really well, and everything was green, so this was awesome. Again, at this point in time, I'm thinking like, oh, it was a good thing I didn't sell everything yesterday because I would have missed out on a lot of profits, which was true at the time. But so the Dow did end up 287 points, and the NASDAQ 167 points, which are just phenomenal days for both. And let's go to our winners, and I'm posting a snapshot of all the winners. So remember last video, I had that laundry list of losers. Today, on the second day, on the 12th, we had the reverse, a laundry list of winners, which is awesome to see. Now, going to our top 12, there weren't any that were in the thousands, surprisingly, even though it's kind of surprising considering we have a lot of options, but there were just kind of small incremental gains for most of them. Netflix, Square, and had those like double-digit percentage gains in PayPal and Roku, but they weren't amounting to a lot of money. But they all added up. So even though the day before this we lost $14,000, we made it all back plus like a few $100s more on this day. So again, this kind of gave me that hope that maybe we're due for a rally. And it's just, I almost would have preferred to have like 3 or 4 down days in a row because I would have been more likely to sell if that had happened. But, the market's kind of crazy. So yeah, these were the losers, only 3 of them. So a really, really good day. I was super excited, obviously, as anyone else would be. And yeah, so that's that. So let's just talk about we're only going to talk about 4 articles, and 2 of them are related to Tesla because I didn't take a lot of screenshots at the time. I was just kind of, I was just overwhelmed by everything. I just wasn't paying a lot of attention. But the ones that I did take, these are the ones that caught my interest the most. Now, this is kind of funny because this was, from 3 months ago in October, but it said Tesla is close to securing land for its Shanghai factory. And obviously, most of us know that they already started breaking ground and started, doing all that stuff. I just want to point out that that's pretty amazing that they were, just in October, they hadn't even secured the land yet. And I think it was by the end of December or early January 2019, they're already breaking ground and moving forward. They have the whole property fenced off already, like they did that a long time ago. They moved quickly, and I think Tesla, they do a great job at having an idea or making plans, and they kind of implement it right away. They don't waste a lot of time. Again, they do suffer with customer service. That is their Achilles heel right now, but they have a lot of strengths, and they learn from their mistakes. They improve. They iterate, and I just think that's a really big accomplishment to already have made a deal and start breaking ground so quickly. And the next article, a victory for Elon Musk. Tesla outsells Mercedes-Benz in US for the first time ever. So at this point in time, Tesla had just outsold Mercedes for the first time, obviously, like the headline said, but I'll read the numbers real quick. It said Tesla sold 69,925 Model 3 X and S cars during the third quarter, compared with Mercedes 66,542. And then they're predicting that the next quarter they would be surpassing BMW. And so I'll talk about that in a future video to see whether they did that or not. I can't remember off the top of my head. I want to say yes, but BMW sold 71,679 in that same quarter, third quarter. So again, just to point out what an accomplishment for a startup American automaker to essentially kind of start releasing their first cars, like 2011, 2012, and they're already outselling some of the brands who've been out for decades and decades, maybe even 100 years. I don't know how long Mercedes has been around, but like a long, long time. And I just think that's such an accomplishment. Not many people can pull that off. Many have tried, many have failed, and I think that is just amazing. And kudos to Tesla for being able to do that. And I still think they have a lot of room to run. But anyways, let's just keep going. This next headline that I have here for you guys today is, sorry, I had to find it. Cramer says it's time to buy stocks on Friday after the massive sell-off. We are oversold. I'm not going to talk about this article because it's kind of stupid at this point. But the thing that caught my attention was, at this point in time, it's the Fed. They were talking about the Fed was projecting for 3 rate hikes in 2019. And I think that the sentiment has changed since then. I do believe most people are talking about, even the Fed has mentioned at the most 2 times, maybe even 1 time. And I haven't heard, I can't remember like what the most recent quote from Jerome Powell was, but I'm pretty sure I heard him say in January that they're going to be watching it patiently, and kind of implying that we're just going to take it and see what happens. They might not raise rates, they might, but I think it's a lot more dovish now compared to before. And if you're not familiar with the terms hawkish and dovish, I really wasn't until I started paying attention in 2018. But hawkish means like, they're gonna be firm like a hawk. They're gonna raise rates. They're not gonna care what everyone else thinks. Whereas dovish is they're kind of more calm and subdued, and they're going to not raise rates. So you want most people want them to be dovish because they don't want interest rates to go up. But sometimes it's necessary to be hawkish just to kind of keep the economy on a more stable footing, so it doesn't get too carried away and things don't overrun too much. So it's a balancing act, but with as many rates that they've done, hikes that they've done, a lot of people say they can be dovish now. They can afford to be. And, I'm not an expert, so I just know that right now, dovish means stocks go up. And so that's what I want. Anyways, let's just go to the last article. Here's why the market's Octoberphobia selling could soon give way to a new rally. Now, again, I mentioned that a lot of these statistics on what has happened in the past has not played out at all this time around. And I think it's mostly because of how Donald Trump is president. He's a much different president. We have the trade war and interest rates going on at the same time, which I don't believe has really happened on all these other dates that they mentioned. So it's a unique situation that we're in now. And so as cool as these stats are, at least it's like, it can be reassuring to say, midterm elections, we've always had rallies. It's reassuring. It makes me feel better, but I don't think it has any influence on what the market's going to do. But it did mention that the crash of 1929 happened in October. 1987 crash happened in October. The sell-offs of 1978-79, Friday the 13th of 1989, and the painful 733-point drop on October 15th, 2008 all happened in October. So that I didn't know all of that. I did know of a couple of those crashes happening in October, but I didn't know of all of them. And I think that's pretty interesting. And this article basically said when that happens, it creates a very good opportunity for a bull rally, and especially in midterm elections. And they mentioned that let me try to find it here. Okay, so after World War II, there have been 12 bear markets ending in October, which is good, but 8 of the 12 were midterm bottoms. And so they said, quote, midterm election years, Octobers are downright stellar thanks to the major turnarounds. And anyways, yeah, I just think, again, it's cool it's reassuring, but at the same time, I don't feel better at all reading this because we know how crazy the market is. I'm hoping they're right because I would love to have a positive year in 2019. because 2018 kind of sucked. But yeah, so I want to know what you guys think. I know I've asked this question already, but what do you think? Where do you think the market's going in 2019? We've had, I think, a pretty decent January so far, but I don't know. I still don't know. Usually November to April are the best 6 months of the year. So are you guys feeling bullish about these 6 months, or are you still really scared? What are your current game plans? Just comment below what you're doing in general. I would like to hear from you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you guys have a great night, and we will see you with another video tomorrow. Hey guys, thanks again for checking out this video. If you want another way to support the channel, please check out that Patreon link up there at the top. You get access to my private Discord server where we chat about different companies we're looking at investing in. I also post my current trades in real time, as well as news headlines with little mini summaries. And you can also get discounts on any merchandise that we sell, like a shirt like this, for example. And if you want to just subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate that as well. You can just click that black logo there at the bottom. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.